friends. This video is going to talk about making Yorkshire buttons or flowers from Yorkshire button thread like this. You can, if you make a full Yorkshire button, they look like these guys right here. Or you can use it to make flowers, independent flowers like this one, where there's not much weaving to them. Or you can do the same process as as if we were going to make a full flower, but instead of cinching it together in the end, you can go ahead and make a flower like this. And there's technically a bunch of advanced techniques where you do different kinds of stitching that we can get to. But the first step that we need to talk about is how to weave your button loom. So tools that you need your button looms to begin with. This set has 10 of them from 18 millimeters across to 100 millimeters across. And we're going to take out the, let's do the 30 millimeter one today. Okay, so when you get them and they come all in a set like this, and it just comes with this funky wire, this is like a jewelry, like a necklace to do it up. So you can cinch it together. I wonder if you can see it if I do 30. Let's do 50 instead, because I think that'll be more visible on the video. Okay, so you're gonna need a loom. You also need thread for it. I've done it with tiny threads like a size 8. A size 3 is a lot faster. And you can use, of course, a size 5 in between. So you need some thread, and you will need quite a bit of it. I'm going to use this one because it will look like a little cactus when we get done in this color. Okay, and I've got my 50 millimeter one. And the other thing that you need, you don't need this, it's just really handy, is a Huck embroidery needle. The Huck needles are like tapestry needles, but they have a bent tip on the end, and that makes them really nice. So I'm going to get out my big Huck needle on this. And I won't need it to get set up, but I will need it once I get going. Okay, so there we have the 3 things that we're going to need to do this. Okay, so to begin, we take the end of our thread and feed it from the front to the back. And you want it to stick out about 3 or 4 inches. In the end, we aren't going to use it very much, but you need enough for it to be secure. And then just use like some washi tape and tape it to your loom. Now, I don't want it to interfere with these the pegs that are on the end here, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of twist it off to the side. Okay, so the first step in warping, I should tell you, there are several different ways to warp your button loom, but I like this one. It's simple and it works for all of the things that I will show you. So we're going to create a figure 8 to begin with. So I'm going to make sure that I use the pegs that are across from each other. So like that one there and this one here are straight across from each other. If I moved it to the side, you can see that's not halfway. If I move it to there, again, you can see it's not halfway. So you need to make sure that you get ones that are across from each other. And now we're going to do a figure 8. So we're going to go up and behind this one and down and behind this one. Okay, can you see that figure 8 right there? Those 2 are across from each other, and we went around that one, down and around the back of that one. Okay, so we begin with a figure 8. After the figure 8, we are going to give each spoke a friend. These, where this one goes out right here, there's going to be 2 of them together. Each of these 2 threads together make a spoke. So this guy needs a friend. So we'll just wrap it around that way, and then we're going to come across, and I spin it around just like that, and then this guy needs a thread. We're always going the same way. This guy needs a friend. This guy needs a friend. Got a fuzzy on there. This guy needs a friend. This guy needs a friend. This will take, depending on the size of your loom, this part can take, easily take a yard or more. And that's why I don't cut off my thread to begin with, because this part, it can still stay attached. That guy needs a friend. This guy needs a friend. Always on the back, you should just be going around the back of each of these little pegs. This guy needs a friend. Around the back. We don't ever have long threads on the back because we won't be able to get it off. That guy needs a friend. This guy needs a friend. I hold it down. I don't know if you can see that. I'm holding it down with my finger and putting it in the right slot, and then I'm holding it as I pull it. It just helps it hook easier. And I have made one of the tiniest ones, I think, with a tinier thread, and it's that same process. They're so small when you get that tiny. This guy needs a friend. This guy needs a friend. This guy needs a friend. Yep, he doesn't have one yet. He doesn't have one yet. That one needs a friend. Now everybody over here has a friend. This guy needs a friend right here, and so does this last one. So now that we're back to the center, everybody has a friend all the way around, and that is how I suggest that you warp your loom. We will now thread the needle and go on to a different process, but that's what I recommend for an easy way that works for these looms, for you to wind them, for you to be able to warp the loom and make the both the traditional Yorkshire buttons as well as the fun flower ones. See you in the next video.